Maybe Traveling Chocobo. Let's get rid of that. And we'll keep the Stone Brain in our hand. We could exile a card with it after Ugin's on the board, which would be very nice. Let's gain some life. What's going on, YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together a mono black control deck. One of you guys commented on one of my old videos of mono black control and said I should update the deck, so here we are. We have made some changes, and we have made it more powerful since we have the newer cards of Standard in here as well. And we've also built it to fight around the meta best of one Standard right now. And since mono red aggro and omniscience isn't much of a threat right now, we have to think of what are the threats right now in the meta. And there is a lot of Dino Reanimator and whatnot, so the Ghost Vacuum will be main decked. Especially since we're playing a long game, so the longer the game goes on, the more creatures will be under here, and then we pay the 6, and then we have an army of little creatures. And Candy Trail, the more I play it, the more I like this card a lot, because you get to scry 2, which is really important on turn 1, and then it gives you 3 life and draws you a card. Plus Candy Trail, Ghost Vacuum, Mazemind Tome, and the Stone Brain all will complement the Ugin that's in here if we get it out on the board later in the game. So what's the main point of this deck, you may ask? Well, it's very simple. Ancient Vendetta, the End, and Deadly Cover-Up are the best cards in the deck, or should I say the cards that this deck's based around, because Ancient Vendetta, for example, says choose a card name, search target opponent's graveyard, hand, or library for up to 4 cards with that name and exile them. Then that player shuffles. So once we have information on our opponent's deck, we get to choose a card name, exile all the copies. Same thing goes for the end. We exile a creature or planeswalker, and then we're getting rid of all the copies in their hand, deck, and graveyard. And with Deadly Cover-Up, we board wipe, and then we collect Evidence 6, and then we exile a card in our opponent's graveyard, and then we do the same thing. We pick apart our opponent's deck, and we have to just be conscious of what is in their deck, how many copies. And once we get to look through their deck once, we're going to pretty much just look through everything to gain information. And then we get rid of their best cards and slowly but surely win. And once we gain information, we also have the Stone Brain, which will choose a card name once you know what they're playing. And then you could tactically get rid of it. So you just get rid of a key card with this one. And the rest of the deck is plenty of removal, and we have draw power with Mazemind Tome, and on the top end we have stuff like Aclazotz, Virtue of Persistence, and Liliana to win. And if we can't win with our creatures or our planeswalkers, then we have Mirrex and Fountainport to make tokens. So let's get right into this list. We got 4 Cut Down, 2 Candy Trail, 2 Ghost Vacuum, 3 Go for the Throat, 2 Sheoldred's Edict, 1 Cruelclaw's Heist, 4 Mazemind Tome, 1 the Stone Brain, 4 Ancient Vendetta, 4 the End, 1 Aclazotz Deepest Betrayal, 4 Deadly Cover-Up, 1 Liliana Dreadhorde General, 1 Virtue of Persistence, 1 Ugin Eye of the Storms, and for the lands we got 1 Midgar City of Mako, 12 Swamps, 4 Demolition Field, 2 Fountainport, 4 Mirrex, and 2 copies of Sunken Citadel. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. Let's get right into these games. Okay, well, this isn't the best hand in the world. We only have 2 lands, and the Ugin's just going to be staring at us for a while. But either way, we do have 2 Cut Down, and we have a Dream. And at least we get to utilize our cut downs on the curve, which is very nice. Okay, but drawing a 5-drop instead of a land is not very nice. This is where we're going to definitely need to draw that land, and if we do, that'd be great for us. If not, then, well, okay. So this is where you start to panic as the player and being like, okay, you're still throwing stuff at us, but we're still cutting them down, so it makes up for it, I think. But now we are out of options. Can we draw land, guys? Okay. We have a land. We're getting somewhere. Now, if we could get one more land, then we could start doing stuff. And then if we could get another land, then the Deadly Cover-Up will be online. So, the one good thing about this game is that we stopped all the threats on curve. So, we're taking probably the most little amount of damage we possibly can. But now it's going to get rough with that guy. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're going to start doing some stuff. We really need to draw that land. Nice. So immediately I am going to use the end on this dude because that guy's going to make a bunch of goblins and whatnot. Let's look at their deck first. Got to see what they got. Okay. Very fancy. But now we have a chance since we got this 4th land. And if we get to the 5th land, it's only going to get better from here. Wonder what they're thinking about. Okay, so if we get that land, that will be amazing right now. Well, technically this could find us a land, plus we'll gain some life to absorb some damage. You know what? Do we want a second Deadly Cover-Up or another land? I think we need to find another land instead. Because then we could just go into Liliana, then go into Ugin. And yeah, I think that makes more sense. We just need to survive this turn. It all depends on what is that card in their hand, because if it happens to be a dead card, then they pump... Okay, what's that? Interesting. Yeah, so... Interesting, so we take 6, 7... Yeah, they can only do 7. I don't know what they're thinking they could do. Okay, so now we go right into Deadly Cover-Up. Now they're just stalling at this point. I think Seer Slicer is the biggest threat that they could draw. Yeah, and they have a Squee in the Howl Squad. Heavy is probably going to be the card I call. How many do they play though? They play 3. Okay. It's all about information with this deck. That's a good card. And it has haste. Oh wait, does it? Yeah, it does. We're not? Interesting. Okay then. In that case, let's save our Go for the Throat, because why waste it if we could just do this? The irony, the mono red player is the slower player in this matchup right now. What is the card that they draw? Let's find out. If it's a creature, then we'll just destroy it with Go for the Throat. And it sure is a creature. Now we're going to start making some zombies.
I am the master here. No way but mine.
Sure, why not? I like drawing cards.
I do quite enjoy necromancy.
And we get it. Not too bad of a hand. Demir mid-range. Very fancy. So instead of going for Candy Trail, which I really would have liked to do on turn 1, it's going to be more important to answer their turn-by-turn creatures with this deck. That's a fancy one. Deny them the Explore. That's all they have. Very interesting. We just go for another Swamp, and we just stay disciplined with our Go for the Throat. Turn 3, when we have that extra mana, then we'll go for the Candy Trail, of course. Very interesting. They're playing a interesting Demir mid-range list. Usually I don't see that, where I normally wouldn't be playing that in my build. But it makes their deck only more unpredictable. So you can't go wrong. Becomes a nice challenge for me. But once we get to use one of our cards to look through their deck, then we'll really know what's in there. And then we just slowly but surely... What is this again? I see. Very fancy. Another Candy Trail. Why not, right? I just have a feeling they're going to use a counter on me. Yeah, let's keep our options open. Okay, so I'm just going to take 1 damage, but no, then they're going to go Kaido. We don't want them to go Kaido. But if they have Spell Pierce, then they could go Kaido still, which would be crazy. But either way, even if we waited, I mean, Kaido would have Hexproof. So either way, they would still be able to go Kaido for 3 plus Spell Pierce. So I guess it's just, do they have it or not? That's what we have to end up doing. And if this resolves, then the Ancient Vendetta follow-up play will be nice, because we'll know it's in their hand and their deck, so it's going to be very important if they counter this or not, and they don't. Instead, they just play that, and we get some information. Ah, they did have the Kaido, see? Okay. It's definitely Dimir mid-range. We can't get rid of the Enduring Curiosity, though, with our hands. But we could get rid of their Kaido at least, which would be nice, but then they get to... No, they don't get to draw cards, so that is good. Okay, so now we gotta see what we could draw. Nice, that is good. They could flash in the Tidebinder though, that's the only problem. Either way, we're just gonna have to, should I play the Ghost Vacuum? Yeah, why not? I need to get this going anyway. It'll be an alternative way to win if I can just get all their creatures and bring them out in one go. Can't counter that. I mean, pay that, I mean, should I say. So we're going to take that damage. Them drawing the cards definitely hurts us, that's the problem. Okay, sure, why not? They get to see what's in their hand. Take a look. It is a land. I really want to find a deadly cover-up, but I don't want them to gain any more card advantage. I think they have enough cards, so I am going to use the Fountainport to block. It would be nice to find a deadly cover-up, and then we could exile all the Enduring Curiosities. No, of course. Alright, so this is where we have to just do this then. There it is, guys. It's there just waiting for us. That is totally fine. Just commit more to the board, please. Well, at least they're doing that for me. But if they do have a counter held up, then it isn't gonna be good. And the Soulstone Sanctuary, great. See if this even resolves. And it does, look at that. Well, he plays two, that's interesting. Okay, they go for Preacher. And the Cecil. Let's make a Might. Let's now draw a card. Potentially find something good. Oh, it's a good one. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait. So they go for their big swing. They're gonna draw a card, I believe, now. But let's just get rid of the Cecil before they draw something. It could be a counter. We're still in it to win it this game. Potentially, of course. Go right into Ugin. Will it resolve? That is the question. It does. That's insane. Alright, so let's gain some life and draw. And slowly but surely, hopefully, get us back in the game. Play another Preacher. That is what you call a top deck, guys. First things first, let's draw a card. Ooh, they go for that, though. See, that is a problem. But either way, even if I went for Mazemind Tome, then they would be able to stop it either way. So let's do this then. to make a might. And then we're going to draw a card. You have to find a way to remove that Tishana's Tidebinder. But once we do, then we'll be able to use the Ugin again. So that's what it all comes down to. There we go. Let's see if it'll even resolve, though. We do have plenty of mana. Nice. So all they really got left as a threat in their deck is, I guess we could get rid of Ren. Can't get rid of that either.
Open your mind to possibility.
I think we'll hold on to it for now. At the same time, Fred is a 3/4. Just gotta get rid of all their threats. All we gotta do. The Flood Pit's Drowner we don't have to really worry about. But it's pretty much just that, and Spyglass Siren as their last creatures, and then they have a Restless, the Demir creature land, so we could Demolition Field that, so I mean, technically, we're good. Technically, of course. It's never over till it's over, so I always give every opponent the benefit of the doubt that they could just easily come back. So we gotta still play it cautiously. Okay, let's draw another card. It's a good land. Let's get rid of their Flood Pit's Drowner now, since they have two. And then after that they have a Bat and two Spyglass Sirens. Get rid of that too. Although maybe we'll keep that once we get to our Virtue, because they have no way of getting it back from their graveyard, so our Virtue of Persistence could use that graveyard version if we need it. Now we're chilling. The Preacher might draw themselves cards, but I mean, I don't think they have anything left in their deck that could be much of a threat. I mean, once we get rid of this one card, then everything else is easy. And if they want to hit the Ugin, that's cool. I think we just make a Might. Oh no, it tapped the mana wrong. Oh wait, actually now I'm wrong. We needed one more mana in order to Fountainport our token, so they're gonna use the cut down. It's no big deal, and if they don't, that's more power to me. So let them get their 2 damage in. It's not gonna really matter too much. They don't get rid of it very fancy. So this is the move, guys. Watch this. Let's use the Virtue on the Preacher. They could go for the throat their own creature if they want to play around it, but they do not. Let's draw a card real quick to throw them off. Like, why did we do that? Very simple, because we got the cut down. So now let's swing for 1. Okay, we get the damage through, or they might use cut down finally. Okay, they don't do that. Okay, so we're going to go for the Virtue now. Let's see if it resolves. Sure does. And I think we just take their Preacher as the first target. They could stop the creatures I bring out for a few turns with their removal spells in their hand. But the whole idea is we just put pressure on them, where they literally don't really have much they could do to put pressure on us. They got 1 Deep Cavern Bat, 2 Spyglass Siren, and 1 Restless Reef, I believe it's called. I always forget, but that's all they got. They're thinking about something. I wish I could tell you what. I guess we're going to go through all their timeouts, aren't we? Alright, we get to go to our turn. Take the Preacher, because why not? And we get it. Candy Trail on turn 1 is nice. But when they're playing an aggro deck like that, not so nice. But we get to scry a little bit, hopefully finding some form of removal to deal with these cards. Which we don't. We have the Deadly Cover-Up, but that's a turn 5 play, so... Oh my goodness, they just got rid of the Candy Trail. How dare they? It's a good card. If we're going to take 3 damage or then 4 damage, it's no big deal. Just waiting for the next threat that they throw away. Then next turn, well, technically not next turn. We gotta still find an untapped land. That's a card. Yeah, let's do it like this. There we go. Nice. Okay. That looks good to me. It's so funny. Am I really gonna use Deadly Cover Up right now? I mean, I kind of have to. I know what I'm gonna call. Oh my goodness. I thought they were playing a landfall deck with Tifa. That's amazing. Let's see what they're playing. Okay. That was definitely a big oops on my part. 6 mana. So what would be the worst case scenario if they drew maybe Traveling Chocobo? Let's get rid of that. And we'll keep the Stone Brain in our hand. We could exile a card with it after Ugin's on the board, which would be very nice. Let's gain some life. I'm not going to go for Ugin just yet. I want them to create a board. And then we could really get some value. Instead, we're just going to keep drawing cards. I might as well just Stone Brain them again. We're not again, but since we know what they're playing, we could use this card now. We'll get rid of Valley Quest Caller, as they are playing a full play set of that. Then what else do they have in here? The side quests, the Healer's Hawk, but we're getting rid of their best cards. So I can't go wrong with that. Now I think we just drop Ugin. We have enough removal in our hand that it's just justified to play it, just to get the extra draws and the extra life gain. And any creature they play just dooms them with the end. We have almost a full play set in our hand, which is insane. If we could find one Mirrex, then that'll be the card that'll be our win con. That's what we're looking for. This card could be a win con as well. Do you have anything in there? Yeah, they sure do, actually. We'll get the Barts first. Very nice. That's the one card that dodges the End's ability, though. Because we're not exiling this, we're exiling the card itself. Okay, we're gonna get rid of side quest, raise a Chocobo. Another card down. This deck is so funny. Oh, that's a Liliana. That'll be useful. We just gotta wait a turn to use it, though, of course. But at least we'll start pumping out our zombies. Sure, why not? Let's get rid of all of those now. The best part is all these cards are going to be in rotation still. So this deck will only get better, hopefully, with the new cards coming out.
The undead make great leaders. Yours will be a fate worse than undead.
Next turn we have the Aclazotz, which would be nice. Sure, why not? Let's get rid of that now. So now all they have is Bartz and Boko and the Guidewing as a threat in their deck. Now we have Fountainport to make some fish, make some more zombies, and we should have it from here.
You've reached an undead end.
Just gotta exile everything.
Mine is the power of eons.
Just go from there. Make another fish. Slowly but surely just beat him down with all these creatures.
Time to wake up and smell the decay.
And this should be it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comments section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care.